Finally, we have come to our final award, our Regional Spirit Award, which recognizes a business leader that is not only leading a successful company, but is going above and beyond the call of duty to make Milwaukee a better place. This year, our Regional Spirit Award winner is Good City Brewing co-founder Dan Katt. A former business development manager for construction firm Findorf and project development director for architecture firm Epstein Ewen, Katt became an entrepreneur in 2013, starting his own real estate development and consulting firm. In 2016, he co-founded craft brewery Good City Brewing on Milwaukee's east side. Good City later added a location in the Deer District in downtown Milwaukee and established operations at the Century City Business Park in a low-income area of Milwaukee's northwest side that is badly in need of economic development and investment. A group led by Katt purchased a vacant 53,000 square foot industrial building at Century City and found additional tenants, making the 5-year-old building fully leased for the first time. And now they're planning to build a second building there. So for betting on himself, seeking the good, and for believing in and investing in Milwaukee, Dan Katt is this year's Regional Spirit Award winner.
We did bring beer, so afterward, please grab a can on your way out. First off, thanks to the big BizTimes. I actually attended this event for years, and obviously the big expo at, I think, Potawatomi, where you used to have it. And I think they do a great job finding entrepreneurs, which is not always easy, but the weight of this award is, I think, the company that I'm in, and I'm just amazed to hear all the stories from everybody, and it's always inspiring to hear other entrepreneurs speak about the things they've accomplished, because it gives you some sense of community that you're not alone in this. And of course, I would be remiss without saying that this time of year, when you think about getting an award, my mind immediately went to A Christmas Story. And I'm also glad to see that the award is not a leg lamp. But it's a major award. So hopefully we'll all get a chance to watch that this season. Just a few comments. Want to thank certainly my wife, who is along for the ride in a lot of ways. And as you know, as entrepreneurs, if you have a partner, it's pretty crazy. A lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. And then my partner David with Good City, who's also my best friend, and just an amazing rock there. And I want to point out Kyle Stevens, too, who's a partner at Century City and an entrepreneur with Craft Beverage Warehouse. So thank you guys for everything that we've gotten to do together the last couple of years. It's been a lot of fun. Good City started in June of 2016. It really came out of David and my friendship. And that goes back to 2009 when we went over to his house, my wife and I, and we're good friends, and said, hey, we're going to commit to Milwaukee. We love it here. We want you to do the same. Let's put down roots. Let's have families. Let's start businesses. And sort of throw out the romance of thinking about another place. And so when you do that, I think we just found it was way easier to be creative in other ways versus being distracted and thinking about what else could be somewhere else. We grew pretty quickly, and our commitment really was to seek the good of Milwaukee, to have a place for people to get together, and hence the name Good City. Our motto is seek the good. And so we want to have fun, make some good beer, create spaces for people to meet up and enjoy beer together and food together, and do some good in the meantime. We expanded our East Side location about a year in. We bought the Century City building about a year after that, and then opened the Deer District down by the arena, and then we had a year of COVID, and then we opened Wauwatosa Tap Room this year. So it's been a pretty wild ride. I think from an innovation standpoint, it's like, well, how do you innovate in beer? And certainly there are ways. Like you can come by and have a slushy beer, or you can experiment new hops in beers or different styles. But there's a lot of beer under the sun. What we really had to do in terms of innovation during the pandemic, it was, we lost 80% of our business in 72 hours in March. And so we went from rocking it to like selling t-shirts to raise money to help support our staff in the course of like 4 days, pivoting to carry out orders. And in a business that's highly regulated, you can't, like nobody got to ship beer to their house, right? Whereas a lot of other industries, it's like, oh yeah, we'll just ship it to people. They don't need to go out. We can't do that, unfortunately. So we decided to open a drive-through tap room, essentially, at a former bank. And you could pull up at Mayfair Mall and get beer through the teller window. You could order online, and we'd put the beer in the little drawer, and it would come out. Ultimately, that led to us opening in Wauwatosa, making a decision last October to sign a lease for what would be our largest location, which was nuts at the time, but it's worked out. It's probably the best decision we've made. And it's just been a year of rebuilding, of building a new organization, really, and trying to continue to seek the good and to keep things going. It helped to have an NBA championship along the way, for sure. We went from 0 to 120 miles an hour in about a month down there, and then it kind of shut back down, and it's starting to come back now, but what a ride that was, a lot of fun. And I'm short on time here, so I'll just finish up. But probably the most exciting thing for us in terms of innovation is our new commitment of kind of crystallizing our motto of Seek the Good, which is 1% for our home. And so we recently announced that 1% of all of our revenues are going to be going toward affordable housing in Milwaukee. And so we've partnered with 3 organizations, Habitat for Humanity, Axe Housing, and the 30th Street Industrial Corridor. And then we have a 4th funding mechanism of an employee housing fund. And we just believe that to continue to move Milwaukee forward, if we can help direct some of the funds that we're fortunate to get through our customers towards helping people buy and own a home, it should play a small role in helping our community move forward. So I guess we just ask that you continue to join us. Support local for sure. All of these businesses are amazing local businesses that are here today. From hearing about John and his career to, like, they're bringing capital from all over the world into Milwaukee, which is awesome. When I think about like where I spend money, so much of the money that I spend on consumer products is just like flying out of Milwaukee. And so we just need to double down on spending locally. Thanks for your support. Hope to see you at a Good City location soon, and seek the good. Cheers.